Hello and welcome to All-in-One Amazing Facts. Today I am here to tell some information about the country South Korea. This is the part 1 of the information about this country. If you are new to our channel, then please subscribe it and press the bell icon so that you can't miss our upcoming video. In part 1 we will discuss the introduction about South Korea, history of South Korea, Korean War and education system followed in Korea. First, let us go through some introduction about the country South Korea. South Korea, officially called as Republic of Korea. It is a country in East Asia consisting of southern part of Korean Peninsula. Both North Korea and South Korea together are called as Korean Peninsula, and it is located in southern part of Korean Peninsula, so it is called as South Korea. And North Korea is located in northern part of Korean Peninsula, so it is called as North Korea. And shares its border with North Korea, as the Korean Peninsula consisting of two countries, they share their border with each other and surrounded by Yellow Sea to west, Sea of Japan to east, and East China Sea towards south. Its total area is 100,210 square kilometers. The name Korea was derived from Goguryeo, which was a powerful empire in East Asia, ruling most of the Korean Peninsula, Manchuria, parts of Russian Far East, and Inner Mongolia under the leadership of the great king Gwanggaeto. South Korea's capital city is Seoul. It is a major global city, fourth largest metropolitan economy in the world. South Korea's population is 51 million. South Korea is a highly developed country and world's 12th largest economy by nominal GDP. Its citizens enjoy the world's fastest internet connection speed with nearly 28.6 MB per second and most dense high-speed rail networks. Trains such as KTX Express run at a massive speed of 305 km per hour. South Korea is also having a train which is faster than KTX Express, called as HEMU 430X. It is a South Korean high-speed train which can run at a maximum speed of 430 km per hour. On March 31, 2013, it achieved a maximum speed of 421.4 km per hour during a test run, making South Korea the world's fourth country after France, Japan and China to develop a high-speed train which can run faster than 420 km per hour. It is said that the train will be opened commercially in 2020 or 21, but I think due to COVID-19 it will be delayed. Whereas India's fastest train is Vande Bharat Express, which runs at a maximum speed of 160 km per hour. Bullet Train of India. Mumbai-Ahmedabad High-Speed Rail Corridor is an under-construction high-speed rail line connecting the city of Ahmedabad, Gujarat and India's economic hub, Mumbai. When completed, it will be India's first high-speed rail line. Construction is expected to begin by April 2020 and the project is expected to complete by December 2023. The corridor will be used Japanese Railway Shinkansen E5 series as its rolling stock. South Korea has good medical facility, good education system and nutrition. The world's 5th largest exporter and 8th largest importer, South Korea is in global leaders in many technological and innovation-driven field. Since 2014, South Korea has been named the world's most innovative country by the Bloomberg Innovation Index for 6 consecutive years. Since the 21st century, South Korea has been renowned for its global influence pop culture, particularly in music, K-pop, TV dramas and cinemas. A phenomena refers to as the Korean Wave. Now let us know some information about the history of Korea, both North Korea and South Korea. In 1905, the Korean Empire signed a protectorate treaty with Japan. The meaning of protectorate is a state is protected and controlled by any other state. Here, the Korea was protected by Japan. Japan annexed the Korean Empire in 1910. Due to Soviet-Japanese war created de facto division of Korea into Soviet and American zones. The northern zone was called as the Soviet zone and southern zone was called as American zone. They both decided that until both countries are capable of running their own government, they will look after them for few years. And in 1948, both countries got their independence. Despite the initial plan of an unified Korea in 1943, Kiryov's declaration established a Cold War between Soviet Union and United States. This established led to the separation of Korea into North Korea and South Korea. South Korea was called as the Republic of Korea and North Korea was called as the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. South Korea's election took place in 1948. The first presidential election was won by Syngman Rhee, an opponent of communism, who had been backed and appointed by the United States as the head of the provisional government, won the first presidential election of the newly declared Republic of Korea in May month. In North, however, a formation of anti-Japanese communist activity. Kim Il-sung was a communist who was appointed as the head of North Korea, also called as the Democratic People's Republic of Korea in September. In October, the Soviet Union declared Kim Il-sung government as a sovereign over both parts. UN declared South Korea's government as a lawful government having efficient control to justify over parts of Korea, where UN temporarily communism on Korea was able to observe and consult the problems in North Korea. Both countries were having different mind concept. Like in North he was a communist and in South he was an anti-communist. So that it led to a war called as Korean War. Now let us discuss something about the Korean War. The Korean War was started on June 25, 1950 when North Korea invaded South Korea. It was the reason for the creation of Korean War. And North Korea's military was very good, but South Korea was not having a good military, so it has asked the support of America. And America was ready to give and support. But until the troops of United States reached South Korea, North Korea was invaded South Korea and dragged the South Korea until the Busan. Only Busan was the only city left, and all other important cities and areas of South Korea was under the North Korea now. Now American troops were entered in Busan and they planned and they fighted against North Korea and they occupied firstly the capital of South Korea, that is Seoul, and then they occupied all other parts of South Korea. And now it was ended. No one has won the Korean War, but still till date there are conflicts between North Korea and South Korea, always tension. It is a very dangerous border in the world, one of the dangerous border in the world. Now let us discuss some education system followed in South Korea. The literacy rate of South Korea is 97.9%, whereas male literacy is 99.2% and female literacy is 96.6%. A centralized administration system in South Korea. The process for the education for children from kindergarten to third and final year of their high school. The school year is divided into 2 semesters. The first which begins at the beginning of March and ends in the mid-July, the second of which begins in the late August and ends in the mid-February. Most South Korean middle school and high school have a school uniform, modally on Western style uniform. Boys' uniform usually wear trousers and white shirt, whereas girls wear skirts and white shirt. The country adopted a new educational process to increase the number of their foreign students through 2010. According to the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, the number of scholarships for the foreign students in South Korea would have doubled by that time, and the number of foreign students would have reached 100,000. This obsession with the education of studies maths and science sourced by the Organization for Economy and Cooperation and Development OECD, South Korea ranked second place in worldwide just after Singapore. The school timing followed in South Korea is elementary school from 8 am to 3 pm, middle school from 8 am to 4 pm, high school from 8 am to 9:30 pm. Schools are open till midnight to independent studies. Thank you for watching our video. If you think this video is good, then please like it, and if there is any mistake with us, please comment down below so that we can rectify our mistake. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe it and press the bell icon so that you can't miss our future updates.